Welcome back to the channel, fellow renegades. It's Ave Dominus Noob back again with more 40k content, and I have a theory for you today. What if the Chaos Gods are a metaphor for the fan base? But before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe. I got more 40k crackpot theories than a Tzeentch demon playing 21 questions with a Harlequin, and you gotta be along for the ride. So, without any further ado, let's prepare to stand in Midnight Cloud. I originally got the idea from this theory that we are the Chaos Gods from the Fabius Bile trilogy. My original theory in that book is that the Harlequins are a metaphor for GW editorial. That is because of the way they manipulatively push or pull characters for the sake of the narrative, which in my opinion is not even that subtle of a clue. My crackpot theory becomes a little more crackish when it evolved into not only are the clowns a metaphor for GW, but the Chaos Gods must be a metaphor for us, the reader. One of the biggest clues to this theory comes from a passage from Manflayer. It's shortened a bit, but the conversation on the whole is really badass. I suggest you go read or listen to it without my paraphrasing, because it is one of my favorite parts of the book, and this is the whole reason for this theory. Fabius is on a demon planet with this tour guide, Novel Quinn, and they're talking about the nature of humanity and the gods. You know, I never really understood our Gene Father's obsession with martial glory. It always seemed more efficient to me to simply eradicate our foes from orbit, pound the earth flat and build over the ashes. And if they dig in? There are ways. Saboteurs, chemical weapons. There are hundreds of methods for dismantling a world and its people that do not involve orbital insertions and glorious advances into the teeth of enemy fire. War, as you describe it, would be little more than pest control. What is there for the gods to feed on? Where is the desire for victory, the savagery, the hope and despair? Where is the entertainment? On my pilgrimage I learned much. Win or lose, the gods feast on our deeds. A man pets a stray, and his small pleasure in the act of kindness feeds Slanesh. A woman strikes her crying child, and that awful moment of elation feeds Khorne. A Munitorum drone considers suicide. Nurgle grows fat on his despair. A merciful strategist devises a plan for bloodless victory, and Tzeentch is content. The word bearers think the gods crave worship, but the gods care for nothing, save filling their bellies with our sorrows. Intentionally or not, we are all meat for the beast. Even you, Fabius. The gods are being referenced here, but I think it's pretty clear that everything he talked about is what you need to make a 40k book interesting anyway. How many of you would have read Dark Imperium if Gilliman had just exterminated every Nurgle world along the way and you got no Mortarion confrontation? Would 40k even be a thing if Horus let Perturabo destroy the sun? No. They said that the gods required that conflict, or that Big E would just come back, but in reality, it was for the drama. It was for the notion of glory. It was for the Chaos Gods. We, the fans. There's more to break down though. Each Chaos God has their particularity, and so do the fans. Each one of us has different parts of the world that we love and different factions. So which aspect of the fandom does each Chaos God represent? Khorne. Khorne, the Blood God, represents the part of the fandom that is just here for the battles. You've never read a Black Library novel in your life, but you have all the codex. You don't need a convoluted plot where 8 characters turn out to be Alpha Legion. You want Space Marine boots on the ground, demon killing, chainsaw revving, ball slapping, vulture porn. Most of the tabletop only fans fall into this category, and if their army or name character gets nerfed, you're about to see blood IRL. Their favorite moment in 40k is Karn beating the bejesus out of Erebus like a stepchild on Sunday. Also, they love the orcs. Tzeentch. Tzeentch, the changer of ways, represents the book nerds and the lore only fans. These are the people that have every single Alpha Legion book and rate them all 10s. Tzeentch is made up of the fans that come up with the wildest conspiracy theories and predictions. They think a different Primarch is coming back every day of the week, and they promise you the Corpse Emperor is going to stand up tomorrow and start doing yoga. All of the YouTubers fall in this category, and they probably for some reason think Magnus did nothing wrong. Nurgle. The Nurgleites, first and foremost. Let's get this out of the way. Nurgle represent the people that don't bathe enough. If you've ever walked into a trading card game tournament, an anime convention, or a Super Smash Bros. Game tournament, then you know this is where the writers probably got the whole idea of Nurgle. Grandpa represents the gatekeepers of the hobby, and people who don't want anything to change. They complain about retcons, new lore, female custodians, and anything else that might affect their bog water view of 40k. Nurgle also represents the fans with the greatest sense of humor, since he and his demons tend to be like the funniest abominations out there. Slaanesh. Gooners. Potheads maybe. I'm pretty sure the girlfriend Primarch thing exists because of the Slaaneshi Warhammer fans, and don't act like they're not the reason titties exist in the grim darkness. This also represents a portion of people that hate Erebus, but appreciate him for being the architect of the setting and a great villain. The prick. Also, Celestine X Greyfax shipping and Trazyn and Oregon shipping is a thing here, so you can kind of blame these fans for this. Not that it's a bad thing. So in essence, we are the Chaos Gods, and the characters and players in the grim darkness of the 41st millennia are here to entertain us and act as our avatars, and to capitulate to us, the fans, the gods. I hope that you enjoyed the video. I'm going to end it here. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment. What do you think of my theory? Which Chaos God are you? I'm pretty sure I'm Zinch. Otherwise, why would I be making a theory video on YouTube? Also, I'm almost done with the Era of Ruin, so I'll have a video coming with the review of that anthology very soon. But until next time, this was Ave Dominus Noob saying Ave Dominus Nox.